Are you ready to uncover one of the greatest mysteries of history? For centuries, the legend of El Dorado has sparked dreams of unimaginable wealth and daring adventures. But what lies behind this tale of a lost city of gold? Is it myth, reality, or something in between? Stay tuned as we unravel the truth about the legendary El Dorado. The origins of the legend. The legend of El Dorado originated with the Muisca people, an indigenous group in present-day Colombia. For the Muisca, gold held profound spiritual significance. It wasn't merely a form of wealth, it was an offering to the gods, symbolizing purity and the sun's divine energy. The story of El Dorado began with the ceremony of the Zipa, the leader of the Muisca. According to early Spanish chronicles, the Zipa would cover his body in gold dust and, aboard a raft, sail to the center of Lake Guatavita. There, he would cast offerings of gold and precious jewels into the water as a tribute to the gods. The Spanish conquerors, hearing these tales, misconstrued the ritual as evidence of a city or kingdom overflowing with gold. As word spread, El Dorado transformed in the European imagination from a man to a mythical city, and eventually into an entire empire of untold riches. Adventurers, fueled by dreams of glory and wealth, set out to uncover this gilded utopia. The explorer's obsession. The pursuit of El Dorado became one of the most enduring quests of the age of exploration. In 1535, Spanish conquistador Gonzalo Jiménez de Quesada embarked on an arduous expedition into the Andes, where he encountered the Muisca people and their gold-filled rituals. However, he found no city of gold. Sir Walter Raleigh, the famed English explorer, also became ensnared by the myth. In 1595 and 1617, he led expeditions into the Orinoco River basin, believing El Dorado lay somewhere in the region of modern-day Venezuela. Despite his efforts, Raleigh's expeditions yielded no golden city, and the fruitless search cost him his reputation and, eventually, his life. Similarly, German adventurer Philip von Hutten and Spanish conquistador Francisco de Orellana ventured deep into the Amazon rainforest in search of this elusive city. Their journeys were fraught with peril. Disease, starvation, and hostile encounters with indigenous tribes plagued their expeditions. Yet the legend endured, and with it, the relentless pursuit of riches. Lake Guatavita, a glimmer of truth. Lake Guatavita, a serene crater lake in Colombia, has long been associated with the legend of El Dorado. Surrounded by lush greenery and steep slopes, it presents a breathtaking sight, yet it has also been a focal point for centuries of speculation and adventure. In the 16th and 17th centuries, treasure hunters, driven by tales of unimaginable wealth, attempted to drain the lake, convinced it held a fortune of gold and jewels submerged beneath its tranquil surface. These efforts involved crude techniques, such as cutting into the crater's walls or manually bailing water, which caused significant damage to the environment. While some artifacts were indeed recovered, golden ornaments, ceremonial items, and a few precious trinkets, they were modest compared to the grandeur promised by the legend. These items provided a glimpse into the Muisca's ritualistic offerings, but they fell far short of satisfying the European imagination, which dreamed of treasure-laden vaults. The Muisca's spiritual practices, focused on symbolic rather than material wealth, had been real, but the treasures of El Dorado existed more in the realm of myth than reality. Lake Guatavita remains an emblem of how myths and misunderstandings can fuel relentless quests for the unattainable. The cultural impact of El Dorado. The allure of El Dorado transcended the realm of exploration to become a metaphor for unattainable dreams and the human propensity to chase the impossible. It has served as an enduring symbol in literature, art, and popular culture. From the swashbuckling adventures in Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's The Lost World to the humorous and heartfelt journey depicted in the animated film The Road to El Dorado, this legend has continued to inspire creators. Even contemporary stories often draw on its themes of ambition, greed, and the pursuit of paradise. El Dorado also serves as a cautionary tale about the consequences of unchecked desire and obsession. For many explorers, the pursuit of this mythical city not only drained their resources but also led to loss of life, betrayal, and the unraveling of reputations. The search for El Dorado reveals the darker side of human ambition, the willingness to exploit, destroy, or disregard everything in the relentless quest for material gain. Yet, its cultural resonance also speaks to humanity's enduring hope, the belief in hidden wonders waiting to be discovered. El Dorado reminds us of the fine line between aspiration and folly. Modern interpretations and discoveries. In recent decades, archaeologists and historians have revisited the legend with a more critical lens, peeling back layers of myth to uncover the truths buried within. Studies of the Muisca civilization and their rituals have illuminated the cultural and spiritual context of the El Dorado story. Rather than being literal rulers of a city made of gold, the Muisca leaders used gold as a sacred offering, embodying their deep reverence for the divine forces of nature. The practice of the Zipa coating himself in gold and performing rituals at Lake Guatavita was not an indication of opulence but a profound spiritual act. Modern interpretations also highlight how cultural misunderstandings contributed to the legend's creation. European explorers, unfamiliar with indigenous practices and eager to justify their conquests, exaggerated and distorted oral traditions into tales of vast, undiscovered wealth. These reinterpretations help us understand the legend as a historical phenomenon, shaped by the collision of two vastly different worlds. While there is no evidence to support the existence of a physical city of gold, the myth of El Dorado endures as a metaphor for hope, ambition, and the unyielding human spirit. It continues to captivate audiences and fuel our collective imagination. Thank you for joining us on this golden journey through history. If you enjoyed learning about the legend of El Dorado, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more fascinating stories and mysteries. Let us know in the comments, what do you think about the legend? Myth, history, or something else? Until next time, keep exploring and stay curious.